Hello, this is Riley Porter with Seattle Sumo. You're listening to a commentary track for day 11 of the 1960 Haru Basho. That's Showa 35 March. You will play this video in a separate tab. The official coverage is found on the Japan Sumo Association's YouTube channel. A link to that is in the description for this video. As usual, I'll count backwards from 3, 3, 2, 1. As I hit the N in 1, you'll click play on the official coverage video and will be synchronized. Membership for the Japan Sumo Association's official YouTube channel is $9 a month. That membership is required for viewing of this video. Not the commentary you're listening to, but the official coverage. Without further ado, we'll begin day 11. I'll come backwards from 3. 3, 2, 1. Futabayama, Taiho, Chiyonofuji, Archive. Alright, opening the day's action, Tsune Nishiki, 3-7. Very close to Makekoshi against Izumi Nada, Fukitsukaze veteran. Izumi Nada has the edge in their head-to-head 3-2. He's also doing marginally better this Basho on 4-6. And at Juryo 2, he's fighting to return to Makunochi action. A relatively soft start. They get to thrusting and pulling, and Izumi Nada gets the better of that one. Tugging Tsune Nishiki's arms, bringing him face first to the dohyo. So that's Makekoshi for Tsune Nishiki. Kiyonomori on 7-3, one step from Kachikoshi against Futatsuryu on 9-1, a Juryo Yusho contender. Jumps the gun. Futatsuryu. Kiyonomori has the edge in their head-to-head 2-1. Squads favor him in this encounter. They're both in good form, I should say, for this tournament. And Kiyonomori is ahead this time. So third time's the charm for these two. Kiyonomori dodges to the right, gets that outside. Trying for that uwate. He's made a couple attempts, hasn't worked, but then slips his leg in for, I'm not sure what you would call that. An uchigake, typically you hook the leg next to your leg, but Kiyonomori reached across the divide there. So pretty clever. Got his Kachikoshi, that's his 8th win. Uragawa against Oikawa. Oikawa, 3-7. One from Makekoshi. Should come out pushing. Kind of soft, tries to get to the rear. Uragawa, well, he does well to pivot around, but he loses his footing, and Oikawa sends him crashing down. So Oikawa staves off Makekoshi, picks up his 4th win. Uragawa, 4-7. Getting dicey. Atagoyama, 5-5. He's even. Fukudayama, 4-6. Not quite. Let's see. Fukudayama's ready. Comes in a little high. Atagoyama's at a good angle, pushing up Hazuoshi under the armpits, and now Fukudayama generates some distance. He gets some good thrusts going. He's hitting the chest. Still a little high. Atagoyama comes back to pushing, and well, they both went out at about the same time, but it looked to me like Fukudayama stepped out and was on the receiving end of the attack in any event, so no mono ie looks like. The judges are going to let it hold, and Atagoyama goes to his 6th win. Fukudayama, 4-7. One step from Makekoshi. Atagoyama, he's hanging on here at the very bottom of Makunochi. Moving well despite his knee injury. Wakanokuni, 5-5 against Hanada, 6-4. Wakanokuni will be looking for that Maemitsu and Morozashi. A little slow is Hanada, who has a very heavily bandaged left arm coming into today and did not seem able to use it whatsoever. So he's in... his prospects are not good here. It looks like he's taken a pretty bad injury. In any event, they're even coming out of today, 6-5. We'll see if Hanada can even manage a Kachikoshi at this point, or if he'll maybe pull out of the tournament. That looked very, very precarious for him. Just let his left arm, just left it completely out of the match. Tokitsuyama, distant runner-up. He's the first non-yokozuna with a Kachikoshi in this tournament against Wakamisugi, one of the up-and-comers from Hanakago. Not quite in sync there. We'll try again. Wakamitsuki is pretty ahead of Tokitsuyama, but they're good. Comes in pushing up, but Tokitsuyama slips past the arms, gets that Morozashi, lifts, and deposits Wakamitsuki outside the dohyo. Tokitsuyama, in strongman fashion, picks up his 9th win. Looking solid as ever. Maintains that outside chance for a Yusho, but, you know, with 2 perfect score Yokozuna and 8-2 doesn't exactly look super imposing. Still, he's got the best chance of any of the Maegashira. Looking good this basho. Wakachichibu has a birthday today. He turns 21, and perhaps birthday favor will bring him his much-needed 2nd win here against Haninishiki, who is 4-6, doing decidedly better. A little lighter than Wakachichibu, and a little more eager. He gets ahead of him here on the Tachi-ai. We'll try that again. They've had 1 meeting in the past, and Wakachichibu was victorious, so good omens for him today. Comes in low. Haninishiki tries for that Maimitsu, but slips out. Wakachichibu, well, it now looks like he's on a double inside now as Haninishiki. Wakachichibu, as he has many times in this basho, finds himself in a precarious position early on. And he's wrenching up the belt of Haninishiki, but Haninishiki is pretty well under his armpits. He's got the inside grip he wants. He's very much in the driver's seat here. Shouldn't have too much trouble finishing off Wakachichibu. Though heavy, is very high up at the moment. Now a twisting motion, Wakachichibu tries to put Haninishiki on the edge, but no dice. Haninishiki drives in. He's pressing. Wakachichibu's hanging on. He's staying alive, but can he for long? Well, for long, yes, but it's not generating a lot of... Oh, belt's loose. So Gyoji stops the match here. We got to tie Wakachichibu's belt up. Pretty loose. Well, a chance to catch their breath, so, well, we'll see if that picks up the pace here. Both Dikishi have loose belts. The Gyoji's going to tie Haninishiki up too here. Alright, good enough. And back to action. Haninishiki pulls back that left to try to press on the chest. Gives it up, goes back to the belt. Wakachichibu's managed to pivot himself back to the center, but kind of undoes that work quickly, driving into Haninishiki being sent towards the edge. It's still a stalemate. Haninishiki seems to really be struggling to finish off Wakachichibu here, who's using his superior weight to lean on, sap the energy of Haninishiki. Now, Wakachichibu, his stance is not good as far as his arms are concerned. I mean, a double outside would be fine if he was a little taller, perhaps, but well, he presses in, gets that belly underneath, and finishes Haninishiki. So Wakachichibu, really his best performance this basho by a good margin, I think, and able to finally pick up a 2nd win. And Maegashira 9, he's going to need a few if he wants to keep in the top division. I think, 1 or 2 more wins will certainly keep him from being demoted to Juryo. In any event, a good performance today. Happy birthday, Wakachichibu. Tama Hibiki, 6-4, is doing very well. Well enough, I suppose. Naruto-umi, 4-6. Comes in low. Tama Hibiki, Naruto-umi caught a little high. Pushing, pulling on the neck is Tama Hibiki, but Naruto-umi wormed his way inside. It looks like he's already got that inside right, looking for that shallow left. Yeah, Tama Hibiki. Now he's on the defense. He's trying to keep Naruto-umi from getting the grip he wants. Naruto-umi, determined, steps in, works on that belt grip. It's a strong inside right he's got. Tama Hibiki's got the outside left, but he's pretty far from it. I don't think it's really doing him a lot of favors at the moment. Struggling to keep Naruto-umi off his belt. Bit of a stalemate here, as these Dikishi jockey for position. Bit of an inside leg trip attempt by Naruto-umi, but He gets picked up and pushed out. Caught on one foot there. Tamahibiki picks up his 7th win and moves one step closer to the Kachikoshi. One more win required. Narutomi 4-7 coming out today. One more step to Makekoshi. So lively belt fighting there. Tamahibiki got a good start early on the bout and then finished in good form. Kane no Hana 6-4. Up-and-comer from Deiwa no Umi against Aono Sato, up-and-comer from Tokitsukaze. Now, a little bit of a slap from Kane no Hana to open the match. And a very nice Uwate Nage, crushing down, clamping on the side of Aono Sato. So Kane no Hana moves to his 7th win in good form. One step from Kachikoshi. Aono Sato 6-5. Could be worse. Could be better. Kane no Hana has been progressing at a reasonable rate throughout his career, so seems like a Sanyaku prospect, certainly. Kaizan against Yoshinomine. Two of our lighter Dikishi. Yoshinomine, one step from Makekoshi. Comes in low, digs the head and the arms inside. Pressing up on the chest of Kaizan. Kaizan struggling to find himself to get a good position for himself. Yoshinomine pushing up on the chest, digging inside. He's got a Morozashi. He dives in, but it looked like Kaizan was able to swing him past him as they went out, and with an Utari motion, he sends Yoshinomine to his... Well, hold on. There's going to be a Mono-e. So the Gyoji awarded it to Kaizan, given his pivot attempt at the ring, sending Yoshinomine stepping out first. But the judges, the Shinpan, are going to take a look. See for themselves what they think. Now facing us here, to the direct left of the Gyoji, is the former Yoshibayama, who is now Miyagi no Oyakata. He's Udagawa's stable boss. Alright, the conference is over relatively quick. And it looks like Gunbai Dori. They left it the way of the Gyoji. And Kaizan keeps the win, so he moves to 5-6. Yoshinomine is Makekoshi 3-8. And at Maegashira 13, might only need a couple more losses to send him out of the division. So certainly he'll be inspired to perform maybe a little harder tomorrow. We'll see. They always give their effort, I think. Tamano Umi is 11-10 against Matsunobori. Has the edge in their head-to-head. Is doing a slightly worse the spa show on 3-7. And given the nature of his Tachiai this time out, I would say Matsunobori should have an easy go. But Tamano Umi does manage to catch him. Matsunobori comes out chest first, and Tamano Umi's got that outside left now. Now, he swings over Matsunobori, but Matsunobori's hanging on. Does a pivot, and presses out Tamano Umi. So Tamano Umi did a little better on the Tachiai than I would have expected. He's been a little sort of a paper tiger in the wind in some of these bouts, but here he took it to Matsunobori, and for a moment seemed like he was in a winning position, but Matsunobori stayed heavy, knew his position in the dohyo, and sent out Tamano Umi. So Tamano Umi is Makekoshi now, 3-8. Matsunobori is 5-6 coming out of day 11, so things could go either way. Shinpan are shuffling out new judges for this next round of matches. Wakamaeda, Naruyama. Naruyama has the edge in their head-to-head, 6-4. They have inverse scores, 6-4 to 4-6, in Wakamaeda's favor this boss show. Wakamaeda comes out like a bullet, slams into Naruyama's chest, gets that inside right going, and crushes him out, Yori Taoshi. So Wakamaeda, like a thunderbolt, just zapped into Naruyama there, shocked him right, and sent him out of the ring. So that was pretty strong sumo from Wakamaeda. He moves to his 7th win. Naruyama his 7th loss. So he's a step from Make Koshi Wakamaeda. Looking a little stronger in this latter half of the basho. That was pretty decidedly speedy sumo. Tachi like that every match would probably be a recipe for success for Wakamaeda. Taiho 3-7, one from Makekoshi against Ogi no Hana, a decidedly easier opponent on his schedule. He's had one meeting with him that he's won. And he catches him, 2 hands to the chest, but Ogi no Hana works his way inside. Trying to get that inside left, but Taiho is tall, uses his height to his advantage, and guards his belt, while he himself has already secured a Hidari Yotsu outside right, inside left. So this stance favors Taiho, I think. He's very good on the belt. Ogi no Hana, a little better built in general, but I don't think quite with the strength to finish Taiho readily. Now they get taken to the edge, and Taiho finishes things with a shitate nage with a little inside leg trip action. Very good belt fighting from the up-and-comer from Nishonoseki, the youngest man in this top division, only 19, is Taiho, picking up his 4th win today. Ogi no Hana moves to 6-5. Doing fine. Only a couple more needed for his Kachikoshi. Taiho will be fighting off Makekoshi, tomorrow again. He'll be doing it for the rest of the basho, either until it's over or until he loses. Ohikari on 4-6 started this basho very poorly, has picked things up here in the latter half. Against Shionishiki 2-8, already has a Makekoshi, but with an edge in their rivalry, 17-9. Ohikari comes in quickly, gets that inside right, moves that left. It seemed like he was working for an inside grip, and he's got a Morozashi, but that's being broken here. And it's back on. Shionishiki's a little high up. Ohikari's dug his head into the chest. Looks like he's in control here. Swings around for Shitate, doesn't work. Shionishiki is doing well to stay balanced. Grabs the neck, not a great move. Makikai moves for a grip change, manages to sneak underneath Ohikari's grip, but his belt is loose, so the Gyoji's going to have to tie it. Back to action. And now another attempt at a grip change here. Shionishiki wants to get inside, but Ohikari knows the deal, so he's flaring the elbow, and I imagine if Shionishiki tries to drive in again, he'll pinch. Another Kubinage attempt. No good. Ohikari's dug in here. Seems very much in control of the bout at this point. Shionishiki, frantic attempts to change the balance here. Not paying off. Tries to get inside. No good. Well, Shionishiki does have that outside left, and he's trying to pair it with a neck throw here for enhanced Uwate Nage, but Ohikari is pretty aware of the game plan here, and so is not phased. Keeps his back foot balanced. Now Shionishiki is in a desperate position here. Tries to break their grip again, no good. Tries to move inside again. Now he gets some purchase here. Behind the left shoulder of Ohikari. Maybe here Shionishiki can pull a scoop throw of a kind. Maybe he'll break for an inside grip. Sync up the Mikiyotsu. We'll see. He is determined. Ohikari is going to need to finish this here. Swings around and drives in, does Ohikari. A little bit of Shitate Nage movement and Yori finish. So Ohikari moves to 5-6, nearly breaking even. Now, at the beginning of this basho, we would have thought he'd be Makekoshi by now, but a little luckier than Shionishiki, who is 2-9. Despite the superior head-to-head against Ohikari, didn't come together today. Iwakaze against Deiwanishiki. Deiwanishiki has the edge in their head-to-head, 4-3. A little bigger, certainly more experienced. Now, comes in low to Iwakaze as usual. Deiwanishiki, good eyes, catches him on the shoulders. Moves inside. Iwakaze staying low. Got a Migiyotsu going. Head dug in well to the chest of Deiwanishiki. This is the position he likes to work from. Deiwanishiki He's used to playing defense and he's used to leaning from on high, so I don't think he's too uncomfortable here. And pause. Daewon Ishiki's belt is loose. So the Gyoji's gonna give this a little tuck. Doesn't look too bad. Here we go. We'll be back to action shortly. And go. Iwakaze dug in deep. His belt's far away. Daewon Ishiki looking to establish a grip of his own. He likes to crunch the arms, hoist up the upper body, which is not exactly a great pairing for Iwakaze in terms of breaking his stance, but if he can manage it, I think Daewon Ishiki will be in a winning position. Iwakaze dug in deep. That shallow left, that deep inside right. And he drives. Nice. Scoots Daewon Ishiki back a little bit. Can't finish him. He's dug in there. He's kind of opening the angle a bit, I think, here. His back is probably getting totally worn out. Daewon Ishiki's belt needs another retie. Gyoji's on it. This time, really make sure it doesn't come undone. Alright, and back to action. Iwakaze wrenching that belt into Daewon Ishiki's chest. Can he get a drive going? Well, the stalemate continues. Daewon Ishiki pressing his forearm into Iwakaze, I think trying to generate some kind of distance. I would imagine he'd want to... Oh, it looks like he's using the blade of his forearm there to dig into Iwakaze's grip. And wants to break him, wants to break the stance. But Iwakaze's really dug in pretty tight there. Daewon Ishiki might almost be better off getting a belt grip. Now tries a bit of an arm lock throw here. He's got his left wrapped around Iwakaze's right arm. But Iwakaze is a little too deep in to make that work, I think. Can't generate the leverage on the elbow. It's past Daewon Ishiki's elbow by a good margin. Well, the stalemate draws on. Iwakaze is dug in deep, and Daewon Ishiki is pretty hard to move. Adikishi hard to move even for the Yokozuna, so not surprising that Iwakaze is having some trouble here. It looks like Daewon Ishiki might be making some progress on breaking that shallow left grip of Iwakaze's. It's hard to see from this angle. No, he's still got a hold. He's still in the same position. Despite moving in a kind of a big circle here in the middle of the ring, they haven't really changed stance very much. And another pause in the action. You want to guess why? And you are correct. It's because Daewon Ishiki's belt is loose. You have to retie it. Iwakaze it needs to let go if they're going to tie this belt. Here we are. A little too deep inside. Back to action. Yeah, Iwakaze circles. Daewon Ishiki leans on him patiently. Iwakaze, I think that his strength is waning. And Daewon Ishiki is going to be ready to move in for the kill here pretty shortly. His eyes searching. He studying Iwakaze's stance here. Iwakaze tries for a leg sweep. No good. Daewon Ishiki moves to break the grip. Snakes that left inside. Presses. Oh, but Iwakaze ducks and slips to the right, sending Daewon Ishiki spilling. So Iwakaze, quite the Herculean effort there. Stuck into Daewon Ishiki. Really put a lot of strain on his back there, but put their head-to-head even now. 4-4. Comes out to a 5-6. Iwakaze, Daewon Ishiki, 4-7-1 from Make Koshi. We'll see if the Daewon Umi veteran can pick up some more wins here. Kitano Nada, 5-5 against Shinobuyama, 6-4. These veterans have had many encounters and they have an even head-to-head 14-14. Both doing pretty well this basho, all things considered. Now, Kitano Nada, sharp, quick. For a split second on the tachi, I looked a little higher, but dug in deep very fast. Pancake Shinobuyama. And that is his 6th win. So they break even today. Kitano Nada and Shinobuyama, 6-5. Kitano Nada is trademark lightning fast tachi-ai. Wakanomi against Tochi Hikari, the 2 Komosubi. Let's see, Wakanomi has already got a Make Koshi 2-8, Tochi Hikari on 6-4. Bit of a soft tachi-ai. Wakanomi comes in, arms out. They're jostling for position now in the middle of the dohyo. So Wakanomi has got the head dug in low. Tochi Hikari's a little better open, but I think at this point it'll come down to a belt battle. Wakanomi dug in. Inching forward. And Tochi Hikari tries to yank up Wakanomi. Locking on the arms. He's pressing down on the smaller man. We'll see what Wakanomi's game plan is here. Maybe we'll want to deepen his grip. Try for a Morozashi. Finish with a drive. Tochi Hikari trying to wrench up the arm. But it looks like Wakanomi is sunk in on him. He's got a tight grip. Tochi Hikari in a precarious position. Tries to yank up the arm, no good. And Wakanomi barges in. Not too much movement, but Tochi Hikari has inched closer and closer to the edge. He's pretty far from the belt, so I think at this point it's more a matter of just creating the separation for Tochi Hikari. If he can break that grip, but oh, Wakanomi gets that drive going and finishes Tochi Hikari, so he improves his head-to-head against the Kasugano man to 9-6 now. Picks up his 3rd win of the basho. So Wakanomi dug in early on and didn't let himself get broken from his stance, finishing Tochi Hikari with a Yorikiri. Or perhaps Yoritaushi. It looked like it might have been a crush out. In any event. Tsurugamine, 5-5 against Kashiwado, 6-4. They have an even head-to-head 1-1. Kashiwado should be coming out with a very speedy tachi-ai to overwhelm Tsurugamine early on. If Tsurugamine can come off at a good angle, then you should be aiming for perhaps a double inside. Given the height difference, I wouldn't be too surprised by that. But I want an inside grip either way, I think. Finish this with a drive. Here we go. Comes in fast, gets that outside right, Tsurugamine. He's pedaling to the side, but Kashiwado is bearing down on him. He's deep. He moves to the side and finishes off Tsurugamine. So, Tsurugamine wasn't overwhelmed immediately, but not able to stop the momentum of Kashiwado, who kept working himself to a stronger and stronger grip and finished off the Izutsu man, cutting him off at the corner. So Kashiwado moves to his 7th win, the Shin Sekiwake. Only needs 1 more for his Kachikoshi. Looking good. Tsurugamine, 5-6. Things could go either way for him. Fusanishiki. Wakamatsu's pusher against Annenyama. Tatsunami man. Annenyama jumps up high, tries to slap down. Initially doesn't seem to take, but in the end, on the edge, does pull down Fusanishiki. So it comes together for Annenyama. He gets to his 5th win. Fusanishiki falls to his 4th loss. Can't quite seal the deal on that Kachikoshi. Still on 7 wins. Annenyama improves his head-to-head with the younger man to 10-5. So he's got the Wakamatsu Dikishi's number. Our first Ozeki bout of the day, and last, because it's both Ozeki, Kotogahama against Wakahaguro. 7-3 Kotogahama, 6-4 Wakahaguro. They're both doing just fine. Kotogahama closer to Kachikoshi. And their head-to-head is even. It's 10-10. So evenly matched Ozeki performing very close to each other. Should make for a decent bout. And Kotogahama jumps across the Shikiri-sen, but Wakahaguro doesn't move back an inch. Finds his hands on the chest and pushes out Kotogahama. So Wakahaguro showing his immense reserves of power, stability, evens it up with Kotogahama here, 7-4 for both of them in this boss show, and takes the edge in their head-to-head 11-10. So Wakahaguro shows that he's got what it takes at this rank. Tochinishiki, 10-0, one of our co-leaders coming into today. Against Kitabayama, a one-time co-leader in the early phase of this boss show. Kitabayama jumps the gun. Tochinishiki not too phased. He does have a 6-0 head-to-head with the Sekiwake here, so odds very much favor the Yokozuna in this matchup. Can't quite get synced here. Try it again. A little harder even maybe to sync up when it's not just a matter of touching your 2 fists down. In any event, Kitabayama dives in, trying to fish inside right. Tochinishiki denying him the favored grip. They break apart. Some fluttering hands here, but not too much thrusting. Just Kitabayama trying to work his way inside, Tochinishiki guarding. Now Kitabayama's working his way to an inside left. Tochinishiki, no belt grip yet. He's got an inside right, or an inside left rather. He dives in and, well, Tochinishiki and Kitabayama grappled for a bit. And eventually Tochinishiki found his inside left, moved in, good Dayashi, pressed up on Kitabayama with his right, and finished off the Sekiwake. So he moves to 11-0. Tochinishiki stays perfect. Kitabayama denied Kachikoshi still, but a good effort nonetheless. Now Tochinishiki, none of his victories have come in well, almost none have come too easily, but he still has looked in control, in command. Waka no Hana. Let's see if he can keep up the pace against Fujinishiki. Shin Komosubi. Fujinishiki dives in head first, hands to the chest. Waka no Hana moves his feet forward. And he pulls down Fujinishiki. Look at Tsuki Otoshi thrust down. More of a pulling motion, really pulled on the back of Fujinishiki's arms. In any event, Waka no Hana, a little bit on the defense there, but not really in any danger. Finishes Fujinishiki without issue and keeps pace with Tochinishiki. So, the Yokozuna are keeping the race going. Tokitsuyama, trailing some ways behind. Thank you for joining me.